Welcome back to Bay News 9. I'm Angie Moreschi. These days, we do more of our day-to-day activities online and on smartphones than ever before. So it makes sense to make sure our information is as secure as possible.
Welcome back to Eyewitness News at noon. I'm Scott Swan.
And I'm Angie Moreschi, and for Julia Moffett, our top story this half hour, proposed legislation that would affect everyone living in Indiana. Today, lawmakers are working on daylight saving time. Eyewitness News political reporter Kevin Rader joins us now live with the latest on this bill. Hi, Kevin. We continue to follow a developing story this afternoon. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement is making more arrests after two convicted killers from Orange County escaped from prison just a couple of months ago. And more arrests could be coming.
Now, the latest breaking news.
We begin with breaking news. A business goes up in flames. Hillsborough County Fire Rescue is on the scene at the 12,000 block of North Nebraska Avenue. That's where Chris Hopper joins us from live with the latest on this breaking news story. Chris, what can you tell us? It pays to go through the newspaper and look for savings and coupons before you shop. But even if you don't have time at home, stop here and grab a flyer at the store. Take a minute to look through it. And if you see something you use, take advantage of the discount. Now, Comair is catching up today after dealing with a computer glitch that literally wiped out its entire reservation system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're number 6 on the list of all debtors owing money to the state of Indiana. Crank up the heater. This is one of those mornings you don't want to get out of bed, and we all understand why. Do your part. Try to live a healthy lifestyle, and maybe you won't have to use your health insurance quite so much. It pays to be consumer wise. Angie Moreschi, Bay News 9. These days, with online software programs like H&R Block Online and TurboTax, it is a lot easier. You just go to their websites and pick a product based on your needs, and when you log in, none of those confusing schedules and forms to fill out. They ask you a series of questions like, what do you do for a living, or do you own a home? And with your answers, the computer automatically fills out the forms and spits them out for you at the end. What makes this really exciting is that Heartland invited youth groups and student groups from all over the Indianapolis area here to experience this Hollywood-type premiere in our hometown. What do you say, kids? Dig in! No.
From Indiana's news leader, this is Channel 13 Eyewitness News Nightbeat.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Angie Moreschi, and for Rory Johnston, our top story tonight, a tragic ending to spring break for one Michigan family involved in a fatal accident up in Delaware County. The family was returning from Florida when their SUV left Interstate 69 near the Daleville-Chesterfield exit. Eyewitness News reporter Lindsay Davis now has the story. The driver's father, 40-year-old LaForest Krantz, and mother, 39-year-old Teresa Krantz, both died in the accident. One of the 6 others injured remains in a coma tonight. And some foreign tourists in South Florida have a wild tale to tell when they get home. A Ford Focus hit their van in the town of Davie. That van, carrying tourists from Ireland, Germany, and England, flipped over on the highway. None of those injuries were serious. Firefighters are investigating the cause of a fire at the university apartments over on 10th Street near IUPUI. The fire broke out earlier this evening, sending residents out of their units and into the streets. Those living inside say the whole ordeal came out of nowhere.
We was outside barbecuing, right, and put them in a car.
No one was hurt in that fire. Indianapolis firefighters battled a garage fire on the city's east side this morning. The fire broke out inside this building in the 4100 block of Hoyt Street. That's near Sherman and English. Chopper 13 captured the scene there. No one was hurt. Police still don't know why a Rush County teen threatened to blow up the Indiana State House. Police arrested 18-year-old Randall Robbins yesterday. They found 2 explosive devices inside the trunk of his car. The pipe bombs were crude but could have caused serious injury and destruction. Police say someone tipped them off and were able to nab Robbins before he got anywhere near the State House. Police charged Robbins with possession of explosive devices. Well, an important day for the General Assembly tomorrow. Lawmakers will vote on a number of critical and controversial bills for final passage. The Nightbeat's Lindsay Clutter explains where the legislation stands tonight.
Lawmakers will have a busy Monday. News.
Indiana could soon become the first state in the country to make it more difficult for infertile couples to use egg donation to have a baby. State Representative David Orndlicker says the so-called cloning bill also prohibits clinics from paying women to donate eggs, even though men are paid to donate sperm. Orndlicker says the process to harvest eggs is difficult, and women likely would not donate if they are not compensated. He says the law unfairly punishes infertile couples.
We're saying to an infertile couple and to the public.
The bill is awaiting final approval in the General Assembly. Orndlicker says he hopes lawmakers will pass an amendment to the bill to address the issue. Well, a little Afghan boy, U.S. soldiers rescued and brought back to Indiana for life-saving surgery, returns home to Afghanistan tomorrow. 16-month-old Kudrat Wardak gained 5 pounds during his stay here in Indianapolis. Eyewitness News reporter Roger Harvey will join Kudrat and his father on their journey back to their homeland. Roger will also gather stories from Camp Phoenix and Kabul, where many Indiana Guardsmen are based. Look for those reports in the days and weeks ahead.
New on Eyewitness News Night Beat.
Training proposal. The U.S. military wants to change the way its personnel practice here in Indiana.
It felt like summer today, and it still does tonight, but out to our west, a long line of storms. So how much longer before some of these storms arrive around here? I'll let you know coming up with my forecast.
Nail biter. Tiger Woods keeps spectators hanging on at this year's Masters. Dick Ray in later with more. Busted off the set. A would-be apprentice is arrested outside the boardroom. We'll explain. Plus, the list is out on the most influential people in the world. Find out who just ahead. Stay with us.
These stories and more still ahead on Eyewitness News Night Beat.
Hi, Natalie. Just one of many, many problems out here at the airport today. The frustration level is, shall we say, rather high. Now, Comair is catching up today after dealing with a computer glitch that literally wiped out its entire reservation system, forcing it to cancel all flights on Christmas Day. Here in Indy today, just one flight canceled. That's good. Now, U.S. Air is also dealing with a backlog of passengers from delays and cancellations. Now, they attribute that to the bad weather and also an unusually high number of workers who called in sick at other airports. But by far, the biggest problem at Indianapolis International Airport, late and lost luggage. Mountains and mountains of bags that didn't make it where they were supposed to, when they were supposed to.
This is the worst it's been.
They weren't sure that we'd ever get our luggage back.
Marcia did get her luggage back, but she says she had to wear the same outfit for the entire 5 days that she was visiting her daughter in State College, Pennsylvania. Luckily, they had a washing machine. But U.S. Air is not alone. All of the airlines are dealing with hundreds and hundreds of bags that have yet to be delivered, so no fun for air travelers out here today. Reporting live at the airport, Angie Moreschi, Channel 13 Eyewitness News. Well, he has been in the driver's seat for years when it comes to important issues facing our country.
Yeah, former U.S. Secretary of State Colin Powell got behind the wheel of the pace car over the weekend out at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Take a look.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, Colin Powell's a Corvette owner, and as he mentioned, he needs a lot of practice to get out there and feel comfortable out there.
It sure looked like fun.
Yeah.
Different kind of stress for him, I guess.
Yeah, no kidding, yeah.
Well, another beautiful day outside, but will these warm days continue?
We certainly hope so. Perella Lewis joins us with the work week forecast. That's coming up next. Well, spectacular day for us today, but there are some changes, I guess, on the way.
No, let's not talk about the changes. Let's talk about the spectacular day.
Yeah.
Another one. It's great.
That's true. Well, I mean, at least we have one more day. You have time to kind of get out and enjoy it before the changes come. But believe it or not, we do need changes. We need some rain. We're a little bit dry. And with our above seasonal temperatures, and as we just showed you with Puddle Ducky, we need some rain because we want a lot of flowers in May, right? So it's not a bad thing.
This is true. The return of Puddle Ducky.
Puddle Ducky brings nice things.
All right. All right, thank you. Well, today, Mr. Food gives you a taste of the Far East with a recipe for pepper steak.
Now on Bay News 9.
It is the amazing video you have to see. A pilot lucky to be alive, pulled from the wreckage of his burning plane in the dark of night. His heroes, 2 Tampa police officers. Plus, safe travels in the sky and on the road. How to get there with ease this holiday season. Good day to you this Friday. I'm Angie Moreschi in for Al Rochelle. Also this hour, the ISS is in need of some repair work. Astronauts are suiting up for a sky-high fix.
From Bay News 9, the latest breaking news, county-by-county coverage, plus weather on the nines. This is your midday news weather now.
A new look at a small plane crash at Tampa International Airport. It went down late last night, and a Tampa police helicopter happened to be in the right place to pull that pilot from the wreckage, and the chopper recorded part of it too. Bay News 9's Aaron Maloney joins us now live near the runway where this all happened with that new video. Aaron, really amazing footage.
It is amazing footage, while it all went down, Angie.
What remarkable bravery there. Can't wait to hear from those pilots. Thank you very much, Aaron. And this crash comes just one day after a federal investigation was announced into a near miss at TIA. Two planes came close to each other. The FAA says the AirTran flight from Atlanta was descending to land around 3:30 yesterday afternoon when an unidentified aircraft appeared a short distance away. The AirTran flight was able to land safely. With that main runway back open, things will hopefully go a little smoother at TIA during one of the busiest travel weekends of the year. With Christmas next week, it's estimated that more than 5.5 million people will travel by air over the holidays. That's actually down slightly from last year. If you're one of the millions traveling for the holidays, there are some important measures in place to keep you safe. Local officials are working to manage the extra traffic expected on the roadways. Our own traffic expert, Chuck Henson, is on scene now from the District 7 Traffic Management Center in Tampa with the story.
In the Tampa Bay Sun Guide Center, I'm Chuck Henson.
Overall, holiday travel is expected to be up this year. AAA says 94.5 million Americans will travel more than 50 miles from home. That's up 0.5% from last year. A $600 billion defense bill headed to President Obama for his signature this afternoon. The measure provides the military with a 1% pay raise, cracks down on those convicted of sexual assault, and adds protection for victims. The Pentagon estimates 26,000 were sexually assaulted last year alone. Female senators fought hard to have the updates added. The measure also gives the president more flexibility in dealing with prisoners at Guantanamo Bay. A Pinellas County jury found a man and woman guilty of aggravated abuse of a disabled person. The woman, Zuzu Vargo, seen on this video beating a disabled man, and the guy behind the camera, Jeffrey Williams, are both now facing up to 30 years in prison. A jury of 3 men and 3 women found the defendants guilty yesterday. Prosecutors say Williams and Vargo preyed on the homeless man who did not understand the liability waiver he signed for the beatdown. The victim was paid $50 and could not fight back.
What happened shouldn't happen in a civilized society.
The video was filmed back in 2011 by Williams' company, JP Productions. It was for sale online under the name She Fights. The judge will sentence both Williams and Vargo at a later date. A school resource officer accused of having sex with a 17-year-old student. Brian Morales worked at Blake High School. Tampa police say the 36-year-old had sex with the teen several times since the relationship started in October.
He certainly doesn't call law enforcement.
Police say the teen's mother found out about the relationship and reported it. Morales was arrested and charged with 8 counts of sexual activity with a minor. He has been fired, and the chief says Morales is not cooperating with the investigation. We continue to follow a developing story this afternoon. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement is making more arrests after 2 convicted killers from Orange County escaped from prison just a couple of months ago. And more arrests could be coming. Bay News 9's Natalie Tolomeo joins us on scene now with the story.
One of the escapees, Bay News 9.
From walking out of jail to walking in outer space. This afternoon, 2 NASA astronauts are preparing to head outside the International Space Station to replace a faulty pump module. The first walk is scheduled for tomorrow morning. They'll do it again on Monday, and if needed, they'll venture outside the ISS again on Christmas Day. Each walk will take more than 6 hours. Back on Earth, part of the Rockies are having a rocky time this afternoon as severe weather brings mountains of snow. Coming up, find out what their weekend weather looks like. And in the Bay Area, temperatures are on the rise. Here's your weather on the 9s.